So, students, in previous lecture, we discussed about uses of preposition regarding time, and today let us discuss uses of preposition of location and place. So, you know that first of all, in, on, at, into, onto. So, use of in actually used tells us the noun that the noun is an enclosed space. Enclosed space means, for example, here is a room and it is closed all around. So this space is known as enclosed space. So in, for example, we say in a room, or we can say in my pocket, or we can say in London, or we can say in a box, or we can say in a building, or we can say in a car. So this is when we say the in, it is used in an enclosed space. But there is into. So when we say about into, it is a dynamic. So dynamic means that when something is going in a moment, for example, movement toward an enclosed area. Here in this, in, there is not movement. Any noun, it is inside building, it is in a room, it is in my pocket, or anything else. But here we see that there is a movement. For example, we can say, let me give you an example. She puts the cake into oven. Now when she puts, उसने डाल दिया, यानी उसके हाथ में है और उसने किस में डाल दिया, ओवन में. And then we can say the cake was in the oven. So what is the difference? Here the cake, it lies in oven. There is no movement. It is not in my hand. It is already in oven. So when it is in oven, we can say it is in. And here she puts. That means the cake is in her hand, and then she puts into oven. So into uses when for internals, for we can say but in a moment mood. Understand? Now in it is a preposition when we use it for a location, and in is used in a car, or for example in London when somebody is in a country, in a city, or in my pocket, or in a building, or in a car. And into is used when there is a moment, when something, for example, when I can, he jumped into the river. We cannot say he jumped in the river. No, into the river, because there is a moment. So then there is in is also used when something is attached or touching. In no, in is used inside it, and then there is on. On, and then there is at. On is used where thing is attached or touching something. Something, the surface. For example, we can say on the wall. We can say on the roof. We can say on the floor. We can say on the carpet. So for on, when we say on, where there is a surface and this surface is not particular. For example, we can say on earth, on the earth. But when we use at, for example, I can say here, it is a room, and it is floor. On I can say on a floor. But when I can say when something is here in corner, here, so I cannot say on the corner, I can say at the corner. Why? Because at tells us the noun is located at a specific area. हम उस वक्त at का इस्तेमाल करते हैं कि जब कोई किसी खास एरिया में हम कोई चीज रखते हैं किसी सरफेस पर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम कहते हैं ऑन द रोड. So this is not specific area. When I say at the end of the road, so the end is a specific area. Or I can say at the bus stop. I cannot say on the bus stop. Why? Because in the area there is on one bus stop, there is a bus stop, so it is a specific area. For example, मैं कहूँगा he is on the floor and somebody waits him at the door, because door is a specific area of that room. And so where we can say on, it is used when there is no specific area, when it something touches to the surface or attached to the surface. But when we use at is used at the specific point or location It shows an exact position, जिसमें हम exact position का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. So this is on and at. Now there is on to. As we have already read about into, dynamic. Onto is also dynamic. For example, it is a movement toward a surface. Movement toward a surface. Movement toward a surface actually means, for example, मैं आपको एक example दूंगा. The cat lay on the sofa. Here sofa पर cat वो पड़ी हुई है, no movement, but here we use on. And when we say the cat jumped on to the sofa, मतलब क्या है कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये सोफा है, यहां पर इस तरह सोफा है, तो कैट यहां पर है और उसे जंप लगाया इसके ऊपर, इसकी सरफेस के ऊपर, तो हम कहेंगे यहां पर अगर ये नीचे की तरफ कहीं पर जंप लगाई तो फिर इंटो आ जाएगा, जब उसे ऊपर की तरफ जंप लगाए तो ऑन्टो आ गए. तो मोमेंट का सवाल है. तो ऑन्टो जो है इट इज अ डायनामिक एंड इट इज मोमेंट टुवर्ड्स अ सरफेस, यानी सरफेस की तरफ जब मूवमेंट हो जाएगी तो ऑन टू इस्तेमाल होता है, और जब किसी चीज के अंदर मूवमेंट हो जाती तो इनटू का इस्तेमाल होता है. सो दिस इज हाउ वी यूज ऑन टू. सो टुडे we discussed about the location preposition on, in, on, at, into. So I told you that in, it is used for the enclosed area, surrounding area which is surrounded by something, and then into is used, it is a dynamic, and it is used when moment on an enclosed area, and then there is on is used for when something is touching on the surface or touched the surface, and then at is used also on the surface but in a particular or specific area, and onto is used when there is movement towards a surface. Thanks.